Okay.
You have a mask?
No, I don't.
I can give you one.
You can give me one?
I can give you one.
Why do
I need you to wear a mask.
So you can hand me a mask,
I can hand you one, yeah.
but you can't hand me the drink without a mask?
You've got to wear a mask.
How does that make any sense?
That's what I just need you to wear a mask. Do you mind?
Well, if you can hand me a mask, why can't you just hand me the drink?
I can hand you the mask.
So he can hand me a mask, but he can't hand me my drink. Makes perfect sense, right?
This is going to be like, well, it's almost like, you probably don't see it like this, the two different classes of people. If you're vaccinated or if you're unvaccinated, you have all these rights. If you are vaccinated...
That is what it is, so yep. Yeah,
so what are you going to do now? Are you going to try and do it so you can get in?
Yeah, most likely. I'll probably go and get my first one.
Your first jab?
Yeah.
Oh really? So you decided to get it so you can get into the club? No way!
Well, not really just because of that, but as in like, you know, obviously if it's going to restrict me from doing things that I want to do, then obviously I'm going to.
There's your freedom passport. What does it do? Restricts your freedom and enforces you to do stuff. Thank you, sweet freedom passport.
She is reading a story to all these kids sitting outside in hats and coats and gloves. It is 24 degrees outside. 24 degrees.
You know, you look around here, everybody's wearing the mask. I guess I don't have to because I'm on camera here, but...
It is recorded. His fictional party was a business meeting. And it was not socially distanced.
So let's make sure we're all obeying the same rules. Now, what are the rules? Depends on who you are.
I wore my mask the entire game, and when people ask for a photograph, I hold my breath and I put it here and people could see that. There's a 0% chance of infection from that.
you vaccinated? Why are you wearing a mask outside? What's your thought process? No comment.
I just feel like I have to wear it. I don't know why. I just want to wear it. I feel like I won't take off my mask until everybody does.
Oh, yeah.
And while many were putting masks on the bus today, some were struggling to keep covered up, and we saw others getting off the bus not wearing one at all. Do you mind me asking why you're not wearing a mask?
Oh, to be honest, I'd forgotten.
Just because. I don't
Do you not want to wear one?
No.
Do you not think it puts people at risk if you're not wearing one?
I don't know.
Do you mind me asking why you're not wearing a mask?
Not really. I've got one.
Court records say the 41-year-old pulled into the Prison Stadium drive-through testing site on Monday when she came in contact with Beam, who, quote, confirmed that her son, who had tested positive for COVID, was in the trunk of her car. According to authorities, Beam told the witness the 13-year-old was put there to prevent her from being exposed to COVID while driving.
Do you want to answer what's going around on social media? You brought up the national treasure, Sir David Attenborough. And there you all were in the plenary. He's 95 years old. He was wearing a mask and you weren't. It's all over the place.
Right.
You weren't wearing a mask yesterday, sitting next to 95-year-old national treasure David Attenborough.
I've been, wearing a mask when in confined spaces with people that I don't normally meet, and I think it's up to people to take a judgment about whether they're at a reasonable distance from someone and whether they're with someone they don't normally meet. That's the approach we take.
Start working on not touching your face, because one main way viruses spread is when you touch your own mouth, nose, or eyes. And of course, enhance cleaning of surfaces.
Well, we're always saying the common sense of washing your hands, not touching your face.
We're looking at every way individuals come into the country, not just through the... Right.
One of the key parts to preventing transmission is washing your hands and not touching your face. There's a lot of folks that are trying to ask themselves, do I need a mask?
I think these are very important things. Working hard, not to touch your face.
That everyone would have to fill out that would go directly to CDC with that information.
I've been looking around the room here. I can't tell you the number of you who've put your hands to your face in the last 20 minutes or half an hour.
I want to know how many of them are from...
Hear some of the things about washing your hands and not touching your mouth and your nose and your eyes.
Can you tell me why it took 5 days to test the patient in Manatee County?
The value of hand washing and using sanitizing gels to, if you get the virus on your hands, eliminate it before it finds a way. Don't touch your face. My kids are so sick and tired of me saying if they scratch their face, don't touch your face.
I'm shaking hands continuously. I was at a hospital the other night where I think there were actually a few coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody. You'll be pleased to know, and I continue to shake hands. And I think it's very important that we, people obviously can make up their own minds. I think Matt has said that people must make up their own minds, but I think the scientific evidence is, well, I'll hand over to the experts. But our judgment is wash. Washing your hands is the crucial thing.
In the last hour, Downing Street has said that the Prime Minister has been admitted to hospital in what's being described as a precautionary step. He tested positive for coronavirus 10 days ago.
There were 288 deaths reported in the latest 24-hour period. That's of people who died within 28 days of a positive test, though there will be some amongst that number who won't have died from COVID.
We're encouraging people to do 30 compressions to 2 breaths, but because of COVID, if you don't know if someone could have been exposed to COVID,
geez, of course.
cover the mouth and nose, just carry on with the cardiac compressions, cover the mouth and nose, cover the mouth and nose, cover the mouth and nose.
We're not requiring local authorities to chop the bottom off every door in every classroom across the country. If a door is hung in such a way that it is inhibiting the natural flow of air, then one of the options a local authority should have is to rectify that.
Hello. How you doing?
Pretty good. I need 10 on pump one, please.
Where'd you get that mask from?
Well, since we have to wear them and it makes it harder to breathe, it just makes it a lot easier to breathe.
Cutting it? Yeah, I'll do that too. Thanks for the advice. Appreciate you.
I'll work out. Do you just mind if I check if there's actually anything in that?
Yeah.
There's coffee in there. Enjoy your coffee. Thank you.